Hi, I'm Juliet Davenport. I'm the founder and CEO of a company called Good Energy. I'm also one of the founding members of Powerful Women. I was invited into Sandy Verma's office, right at the beginning of the foundation of Powerful Women, when she and Laura Sands got together to kind of come up with the idea of how do we get more women into the energy sector. My view of the energy sector was very much from the point of view of walking into a room and being surrounded by men, essentially. And it struck me that actually having more diverse voices in the room, more diverse thinking, could actually help transform the energy sector. When I got involved 20 years ago, part of what I was there to do was to transform it to low carbon, decentralized market. And it was very tough. There was very institutionalized thinking. We do it this way. We've always done it this way. Having more voices, having more women in boards, in organizations, really does help with changing the conversation on energy. Companies in the energy sector need to, first of all, the first thing they need to do is look at the data. So take a look at what's actually going in the organization, do some research, understand what the dynamics of their data is, and really get to the nub of if there is a problem, the problem. That is a starting place. That really allows people to understand, are there assumptions going on here or is there reality check? Once you have that data, then you can begin to unpack, because not everybody has the same issues. Each organisation is different. Each organisation has a different culture. And then you have to understand what are the constituent parts of being able to change that. And quite often it is about culture. It's about looking at how at the leadership level you change the culture in an organisation to allow diversity through the organisation. My career path is quite interesting because, in a sense, when I came into the energy sector, I was an atmospheric physicist. I was interested in climate change. I wanted to do something about low carbon. And that industry didn't really exist when I started off. So my first job actually was in energy modelling, and I applied for the job. I didn't actually get that job. They just employed me anyhow, which was great because it was a kind of foresight of the CEO of that business to say, although I didn't have those skills, I had other skills. So that was great, and that was the beginning of my journey. I guess along the way, I set up Good Energy quite early on in my career, so I've kind of been a leadership and trying to break the boundaries down. Most of the time, obviously, having set up an organisation with female leadership, most of any issues I've had are external. So going to industry meetings, not being listened to, not being heard. I'm fairly good at overcoming those, but you need courage and you need resilience to do that. So that has been quite tough, I would say. It's better now. There's far more voices about the issues I'm passionate about, which is low carbonisation, diversity. So these things are changing. But yeah, sometimes you have to really dig deep and be passionate about what you believe in. So my advice to other people in the energy sector to see women in the energy sector is to really understand where their strengths are, what their passions are as well. Don't just go down a career path because it ticks a lot of boxes. Go down a career path because you believe in it. That really helps. That always shines through in any leadership process. And don't be afraid of learning new skills. So if you've come in as an engineer, maybe do an MBA. If you've come, I was a physicist, I did a degree in economics. The cross-skilling of capability is really important because as a leader, you need all of those. You can't just have one skill set. You need to be able to communicate, you need to be able to lead, and you probably need some technical understanding of the industry that you're in. So do it all. So the Powerful Women Conference today has been great. It's been really interesting to see some of the big energy companies up on stage, on the spotlight, having to make commitments about what they're doing on gender diversity. That's been great, sharing some of their experiences, some of the difficulties. I think one of the key themes that came out of today was actually that we need to be looking at the whole sector. So what we're doing in terms of leadership, but also I think we should be influencing education. I think we should be influencing science, making sure that we have rounded people that we can take on into our industries.